My wife asked if I'm going to read this tiny print. I sure as hell am going to try.
Louder, Ezra.
To Noam and Caitlin and Noam, and to all our family and friends. What would a wedding festivity be without good food and drink, good music, good spirits, and a little good poetry? It's not mine. So that said, to speak New Yorkly, there are, for my money, two great poems about New York City, and both, like you today, take the Brooklyn Bridge, or its forerunner, the Brooklyn Ferry, as their particular icon. One is a 20th century poem called The Bridge by Hart Crane. I should have mentioned I'm an academic, but I'm faking it I hope I'm faking it effectively. And the other is a poem written in 1856, 27 years before the Brooklyn Bridge opened, but that already envisioned its symbolic linkage between the two halves of an emerging metropolis. That poem by Walt Whitman was called Crossing Brooklyn Ferry, and I'd like to suggest that it not only looked forward to your union, but to use a Roman Catholic term, it enunciates it. And for those of us who are not Roman Catholics, they include me. What I mean by that is the announcement of a wedding. Here's the opening stanza, which the speaker recites as he looks over the ferry's side rail in transit passing swiftly over the East River. And if you don't recognize this as Whitman, you can say it's Greenspan. Flood tide below me, I see you face to face. Clouds of the west, some there half an hour high, I see you also face to face. Crowds of men and women attired in the usual costumes, how curious you are to me. On the ferry boats, the hundreds and hundreds that cross, returning home, are more curious to me than you suppose. And you, that shall cross from shore to shore a year hence, are more to me and more in my meditations than you, Noam and Caitlin, might suppose. Whitman didn't write Noam and Caitlin, but he had them in mind. Whitman loved the ferry because it seemed to him to epitomize life in the modern world. It moved fast and free, it closed distances, it operated at all hours and seasons, it even spanned from his historic moment to yours today and tomorrow. But most of all, he loved it because it brought the disparate people of a fast, frenetic society into a state of union. It's one of the great poems about union. Your inheritance, in other words, is that ever-living, ever-present Brooklyn Ferry. And my particular wish, the wish I assume of everyone here, is that you will ride it together over the course of a rich, far-flung, happy life in marriage. And perhaps I should add that if you ever move to Manhattan, the poem and its symbolic attributes are 100% reversible. So together, shall we say, L'chaim.
Better than that. Big round of applause, guys.